Hey, what's up everybody? And in this video, we're going to talk about thrift stores versus garage sales. Which one's better to go get stuff to sell online? Hey everybody, my name is Josh, Flips, Finds, and Fun. And yes, in this video, we're going to cover four quick tips on finding things at thrift stores and finding things at garage sales or yard sales based on what you call them in your area. This is a channel, Flips, Finds, Fun, where we get to cover awesome things like this, finding stuff, flipping stuff, and having fun doing it. And if you like content like this, I say go ahead and give this video a like and be sure to subscribe and check out more content just like this. So in this video, we're going to look over four main areas comparing thrift stores versus garage sales. Price, what can you get the item for? Quality, how good are the items at either one? Quantity, where can you get the most bang for your buck? And location, not just the location of where you are, even though that is a big factor, so please consider that, but the location of where you can get the most with the least amount of travel. So we're going to cover each one of those four areas. We were able to hit all of these spots, plenty of garage sales, yard sales, depending on what you call it, and also thrift stores. So let's jump right into the first one. So the first one is price. This one to me was a good revelation, but there is some good pros and cons you can look at it on this scale. Talking about price, thrift store, 9 times out of 10, everything's going to be marked with a specific price, sometimes a reasonable price. Yes, we know plenty of resellers that do make great profit on finding things in thrift stores, but it's not always consistent. Speaking of garage sales, you'll consistently find 90% of the time things priced lower than you will ever see at a thrift store. Yes, there are people from time to time that stick that high valued item out there in their lawn or in their garage and they want an astronomical amount for it, but consistently you will get the best bang for your buck, the best profit margin on items. You don't have to be as conservative with your selection at a garage sale. As to a thrift store, you really have to look at its cost of good, what it's going to go for, your shipping, fees if they're applicable on the platform that you're selling on. But for price overall, the win would go to the garage sales. But don't just stop there. Let's get into the next one, which is your quality of item. Now, speaking of quality of item, we're actually going to unpack a few more subcategories in quality, because quality is not just how good a shape that item is in. How easy was it for you to look up that item to see if the comps were good for the condition that you may have found it at either location? How much pressure did you feel when you looked at that item? Were you just attracted to the item because you saw it easily sitting on the shelf of a thrift store? Or did you feel the pressure because the homeowner was staring at you looking at that same item in the same condition, but you just didn't have a lot of knowledge about it? So quality is a big one. Pros for the quality at a thrift store. Typically, it's not a lot of stuff stacked on top of each other. It's a pretty easy to find item. You feel like you're enclosed. You can go somewhere else, look the item up, realize, man, in this condition, I can make a great judgment call. This is working out pretty well. Sometimes you don't want to pull your phone out, or you don't want to look it up when you're at someone's garage or yard sale or standing in front of them. It feels kind of awkward. And then also you don't want to be judgy. If something's not in the best condition, you're like, oh gosh, do I say this? They're asking $2 for it. It's only worth 10. What do I do? You feel a little more anxiety when you're at the yard sales. So quality becomes a touchy subject when you're at that garage sale, because you don't know whether you should pull the trigger on it. You don't know if they know that this is worth more, worth less. Do they care? I actually would give it to the pro. Quality of a thrift store, you know what you're going to get. You have to make the determining factor on that first step, which is the price on it. But the way it's pretty much organized on the shelf, the shoes are with the shoes, the hard goods are mostly with the hard goods, clothes are with the clothes. You're not flipping through a stack of clothes. Now, because of the thrift store, you could get better prices there. But if you're a newer reseller, you're going to feel more comfortable finding the quality of goods at a thrift store. If you're a veteran, you're going to look at this and go, no, I know what I'm looking for. I find great quality goods at a garage sale. So there's pros to both sides. But if you're new at this, I would definitely say lean towards the thrift store. All right, category 3, quantity. Now, this one is a huge factor that is predominantly leaning on the side of yard sale. Very rarely you'll make a big bulk buy at a thrift store that will be that absolute home run. I'd say 20% of the time. Guess what? Out of 100%, that other 80% of the time, you can bundle a lot of great things at a yard sale. You can put a bulk buy together. We purchased a bin full of plush with some additional dolls and characters and stuff like that. I was able to tell the lady, for $20, can I just fill this tote up? She didn't let me keep the tote, but we got this big bulk buy where I saw the same exact items priced at a thrift store for $3 a piece. I think I pulled, 30 or 40 items there for $20, where I would have been paying just too much money. Close to, I think, $120 to get all those same pieces there. So those kind of factors do weigh in. So the overwhelming thing, you will find bigger bulk, better quantities of items when you're out there at the yard sale. You do have to find the yard sale. You do have to see that there's enough stuff that you do like. But it's very rare that you're going to be able to do a bundle deal or a large mass amount of items at a thrift store. You will see those rare occurrences. They are out there. I'm not saying it's impossible. But this one definitely leans for that yard sale, garage sale. Number 4 is location. And I'm not just talking about where you live and what's around you. That is a huge factor. You may only have thrift stores. You may get an abundance of garage sales. I say you have to know what's going to work best for you based on where you are. What I mean by location is, what can I get to the most common? Do I need to replenish my inventory every week? What's going to work out best for you? For where I am in Central Virginia, there's been times where I've spent 3 hours just going to some garage sales and been able to find stuff to source that would last me 2 weeks. Well, it's the dead of winter right now. There aren't any garage sales, so thrift stores are more consistent to me. They're always there unless there's something crazy going on. I always know their hours of operation. I know the days they're open, they're closed. There's a consistency based on, I know I can go and map out these places with a thrift store to give me consistent inventory. Am I always going to find incredible things while I'm in there? That's not guaranteed, and that's okay. But I do know that they're going to be there unless they close or go under or any other type of thing strikes it up to where they can't be open. I know that I can go to those locations. I do know that I may have to travel a little more. I may have to make a few extra stops. But it's more of a gamble of finding something on the shelf, not a gamble whether something will be there. Albeit said, based on where your geography is. I'm not really picking a winner. This isn't really any of these. But you could be somewhere where there are garage sales happening year round. And there's an abundance of them. You live in a major city. You may say, thrift store, what? I don't go into thrift stores. And that's okay too. I really sum this up to say, in all these categories, price, quality, quantity, and location is really based on where you are in reselling. If you're doing this for fun, you can find wins in all these categories. There's also areas that you're going to want to stay away from. You're not going to want to make bad investments or take gambles on things without knowing a lot of research. But if you're a full-timer, you need consistent product. You need consistent inventory. You need good connections. You're not always going to get the most information of another connection, a great person to source from at a thrift store. You'd have much better success at a garage sale, being able to ask someone if they have something else or more of this product in the back, or them saying, hey, I have a lot more stuff I'm getting rid of. Do you want this? A thrift store is not going to give you that connection. They're not going to tell you that more video game, equipment came in. They're just going to sell you what's on the shelf, and you have to go back and look for more. So this really determines where you are, full-time, part-time, what you like to get, what's better in your location, what is getting better quality, where do you find the best prices. Yes, there are thrift stores out there that do dollar pairs of shoes. I love those. Very rare, but they are out there. So this was just a fun video to just lay out some of the things, whether you're a new reseller and you're trying to find the best bang for your buck and the best thing for the quality of your time, or you're a full-timer and you go, hey, I just needed to get, I needed to make sure I was doing the right thing. Maybe I was hitting up thrift stores a little too much, and maybe I need to venture back out into those garage sales. So this is a fun little video. Just wanted to give out a little bit of information. I am not a professional by any stretch of the means, but we have had a successful 2020. We've been able to source both. I was totally against garage sales because I don't get a ton where I am, but boy, oh boy, did we find some incredible inventory at garage sales. Likewise, as thrift stores. I'll give you two quick examples of a yard sale, garage sale find here, but I'll also give you a great example of a thrift store find. Both of these were found here in Q4. So good little things that you can find and you can go flip and have a lot of fun. So let me know if you want to see more versus videos like this on where you can source, how you source, or how maybe you do your listing or production or anything like this. This is just a good way to look at some pros and cons, and let me know down in the chat. What do you think? What do you think is a pro to thrifting or a pro to garage sales? What has not worked out for you at either one as well? But thanks for hanging out. Be sure to like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and keep on tuning in where we get to cover with you reselling information. We get to have a little bit of fun. Go out there, make the world a better place with a smile and a sale, okay? Be sure, subscribe, hang out, watch one of these videos, and I'll talk to you real soon.